Good morning. Welcome back to Wild Haven Pastures. Today we are talking about chickens. So we're talking about 5 things we've learned from raising chickens. So we've had chickens were the first animals we got on the farm. So we've had 5 of our original chickens for 3 years. We got 2 more last year, and then we got 5 new chicks that are about 9 weeks now that we've added to our chicken coop. So we're just going to go ahead and talk through owning chickens. So if you are thinking about getting chickens or you have your own chickens, these are probably some things you can relate to. Okay, number 1 on our list is chickens have big personalities. We didn't really know a lot about chickens when we got them. We just kind of assumed they were all kind of the same. But we quickly found out that they all have separate personalities. So let's go in and meet our egg layers.
This is Artemis. She's the dumb one. She is the one who can't really understand how to follow the food, and she's usually left behind. This lack of intelligence makes her the easiest chicken to pick up.
But as you can see, she gets down with a lot of force, huh?
Yeah.
Here we have Wilma and Betty. They are very similar looking, so it's hard to tell who is who. So we just call them the cave chickens. They're inseparable. They always stick together and kind of do their own thing. They're off by themselves usually. Hi, Daisy.
Is Daisy. She's the loud one. She just is kind of vocal about it. She is one of the only chickens that gets broody. Other one's Mama, who we'll get to in a bit. We might have already got to. I don't want to cut that part out.
Yes, Daisy is always squawking about something, whether she's excited or mad or just wants attention. She is the one you can hear from across the yard for sure. We have Sophia back over here who's walking away. Sophia is my favorite. She's got the biggest personality. She's always super friendly, walking up to see what we're doing. She's always looking for food and treats, and she has a really adorable little run. Okay.
Is Mama. She's the boss of the chicken coop. She's the main chicken that gets broody.
Yes, she definitely keeps everybody in line. She lets everybody know if they're doing something wrong. But she definitely struts around like she owns the place. She lives up to her name, Mama, by kind of being in charge of everyone.
Another thing we learned from having chickens is just how many things want to eat them. So first we have possums. They'll come into the barn and try to take the food, but they haven't actually hurt any of our animals yet. Another one, we've had rat snakes. The chickens can fend those off pretty easily. And we've also had dogs. We have our livestock guardian dogs defending against those.
Yeah, luckily our big dogs roam the back pasture, and they keep out anything that tries to come on the property. I know a lot of people have had issues with like raccoons. We don't have any here, but I've heard they can really like wreak havoc in a coop. by killing the chickens and
We've
the eggs.
also had some problems with hawks and eagles trying to get at the chickens. Luckily, they haven't gotten any yet.
Yeah, so we did put this netting on top to keep out aerial predators and keep them safe, especially with the little chicks. We wanted to make sure nothing could carry them away. Overall, one of the big things is just thinking about where you are putting your coop as well. You want to put it in an area that is protected from weather and predators. Keep it in a reasonably safe spot. You want to be able to hear if something is going on in your coop. Okay, so number 3 is they're pretty low maintenance until they're not. So we've been pretty lucky with our chickens. We haven't had a lot of issues with them. For the most part, it's a lot of routine. You are keeping them fed, you're changing out their water, scrubbing out their water dish. We do feed the oyster shells and the grit to help with them digestion and help with the egg production. We've had some issues with some soft-shelled eggs, so we have added and adjusted the feed based on that. But for the most part, it's just a routine, and they are pretty self-sufficient. The issues we've had Daisy and Mama get broody. Mama more than Daisy. I would say she's probably every couple months. Daisy's maybe every 4 or 5 months. We haven't had any other issues with the rest of the flock, but they're usually really easy. Like we got the chickens based on their disposition. So they're very sweet natured already. So I'll usually just go and pick them up from the nesting box and bring them out and kind of give them a pep talk and put them down on the ground, and they're good to go. We just have to do that a couple times before they kind of get the hint and start interacting with the flock again. We have had some issues with Angel. She's the white one. She lays a lot of eggs. She's our best egg layer. And sometimes she has problems with being egg bound. So we've had to give her a couple of spa days where we have just like a tote where we cut a hole in the lid and just put her in this warm water with Epsom salt and give her a good soak, and that kind of helps the problem. She's the only one who we've had issues with being egg bound. Now, of course, there are issues with laying depending on the season or who's molting or what's going on. But overall, our girls are pretty consistent. We generally get between 4 to 6 eggs from our 7, so that's generally where we like to be. They do get a lot of variety in their diets. We give them a lot of our table scraps. They eat any vegetables, fruits, rice, breads, anything that we eat besides chicken goes to them.
But they'll eat chicken too.
Yes, we looked it up. They will eat chicken, but that just kind of feels wrong. So if we do have leftover chicken, that goes to our livestock guardian dogs, and not the chickens. Okay, so even though we haven't had a lot of serious issues, we are always on the lookout for possible problems, such as like mites or lice. Those could become issues, especially in the warmer month. So as a preventive measure, we use diatomaceous earth, DE, and you can just sprinkle that around the area where they take their dirt baths, and it will get all in their feathers when they're rolling around. And we've also put it into the coop, into the nesting boxes. You don't want to do a lot, and you want to make sure that you're choosing food grade quality DE so that it's safe to be around people and animals. And when you do spray it, don't spray a lot. It does kind of get into your lungs, so you want to try to avoid breathing it or putting it in when they're laying directly in the area. So number 4 on our list is just that chickens really help you to slow down and really notice things around you. We call them our little reality TV because you kind of just get sucked into watching them. wander around, pecking at the dirt, finding bugs. My youngest daughter likes to find worms for them and feed them worms. And it's just kind of entertaining to see them and how they react to the environment. So it really helps us to, think about like why we're doing this. Remember, like, we this is the lifestyle that we chose, and really get to experience a lot of things that most people don't get to experience. So sitting and just kind of relaxing, watching the animals helps us to pay attention to, the signs of the weather and the seasons, and thinking about kind of life in general. So it is a good lesson to just sit back and watch the chickens. Number 5 on our list. What's number 5 on our list, Brian?
Number 5 is, I don't know, number 5.
You always want more chickens. You can't ever have enough chickens.
More.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, infinite chickens.
Yes. So we just got the
5, 7 to 13.
Yes, we started off with 5. We thought that would be enough. It turns out we needed more chicken. So we got 2 more. And then when my parents moved out here, we've got 6 more. And we're already thinking about our next ones. It's kind of fun to try out the different breeds, to look at the different eggs, the colors, the shapes.
My favorite are the Easter eggers.
Why are they your favorite?
Because the eggs look cool.
Yeah. What color eggs do egg layers lay?
They lay, the angel, the white one, lays white eggs. The cave chickens lay bluish green eggs. Everyone else lays brown eggs.
And they're all different shades of brown, so you can look at them and see like a very light brown and tell whose egg that is, and darker brown, and we know who's laying and who's not laying based on that color. But yes, chicken math is the thing. You think you have enough chickens, you only plan on having so many chickens, and then all of a sudden you look up and you have 13 chickens.
Yep.
Okay, well, 13 chickens is not that bad, considering we're going to be getting our meat birds in 2 more weeks. So 2 more weeks, we will have, what's 13 plus 25?
38.
38. So in 2 more weeks, we will have 38 chickens on the property. Okay, so there you have it. Those are 5 things that we have learned from having chickens. Yeah.
There.
Yep. So feel free to let me know in the comments what's something that you have learned, or you have any questions about raising chickens. Let me know. I love talking chickens.
Make sure to like and subscribe for Artemis.
And for other farm content, and look into our lives on the homestead. See you next time.